already. Swole Patrol starting off here on the CT side. Abe and Roberts, 4 kills to their name. That's the 5th as Abe is going to go ahead and secure this pistol round for Swole Patrol here on the CT side. Immaculate round from them. Not dropping a single player there, and so they're, of course, going to go ahead and buy in. We've got an M4 coming out for Abe, and UMPs on Freak, Clown, and Whitmer, along with Roberts. And so, great way to start it off.
That's the way you have to start it off going up against LG. I mean, predictions from the analysts say that Swole Patrol have very little chance in this, but that's the way to start throwing some rounds on the board. I think these guys can actually do it. It's going to be much closer than I think a lot of the audience may estimate. But Destiny, going to be the first one to have a point of contact. There was a deagle shot out there. Completely misses, though. Yell looking for any sort of aggression from the CT side, which would be quite surprising this early on.
Yeah, LG favoring already. Ivy here. We didn't really see that much in our first train match earlier today. But now Showtime holding this angle with that dig. As Destiny does get spotted out over at Pop Dog. He's got to be careful. Doesn't get tagged at all. Walks away unscathed for now, though.
Yeah, LG taking their time, as you would expect on train. PKL peeking out its Econ right now with the deagle in hand. Destiny gets tagged down. Freakazoid getting that kill. Very close range battle indeed. Yell slowly walking his way down Ivy. 45 seconds left in the round. Bomb's actually all the way back at T-spawn, so someone's going to have to go back and get that sometime soon as Yell is flashed out by Clown. He's holding up close to that UMP. Whitmer tries to take a battle with EKL and loses to that one, so another good way to start things off. Showtime following it up with the deagle on the Clown. Meanwhile, Abe tucked away in hell. Going to go down, traded out by Yell. Swole Patrol currently in a 2v3. Bomb has finally been picked up with 20 seconds left in the round. This is a little dangerous. And Freakazoid, fortunately for him, just tucked himself away through Bomb Train, evades the flash, and is in a great position that has not been checked. And it has actually been cleared at that point. Does a lot of damage. Roberts follows it up, and now it's a 1v1. EKL. Roberts somehow manages to get it. A lot of damage done to this ET economy. Roberts does pick up an M4 at the end of the round to carry on to the next one. But definitely a strong showing from this Swole Patrol.
Yeah, LG really just applying pressure on themselves at that point. You had mentioned it earlier on in their first match of the day that they really do like to play a little bit more reserved, take their time, go for these like 40, 50-second pushes, and that really put them up against the wall there as they were trying to get onto the A site. Now, Robert's changing up his position. He still has this UMP as 3 members have already made their way through halls, but the bomb is pushing in through Ivy.
Freakazoid gets caught reloading as to hide behind Evox. Meanwhile, Destiny is here. No body armor, so the aim punch is too much. Whitmer's going to get that one before he's traded up by Showtime. Right under a 4v4, but frags are flying out now. PKL gets Freakazoid down. These pistols looking lethal right now. Clown has to get backed off, currently trapped in a really bad spot. Player in Ivy, he does get across safely, though, where he does have that bomb in control. Elsewhere, Abe's going to go ham and gets 2 more frags, and Clown's going to get the final. Swole Patrol starting things off very strong.
Yeah, LG just getting a little overconfident there, pushing through T-Con, and Abe was able to make his way through ladder room, through Pop Dog, and just got the flank on them, caught them all unawares. That's going to be the 3rd round for Swole Patrol here on the CT side, but now it's going to be the first rifle round coming on out, and there we go. Catch them all out. This was Abe with that 3K to end out the round here.
Solid stuff. Back into this round. The round that really does matter is where Luminosity could really put themselves back in the game. Cripple the economy of Swole Patrol, but they are playing it slow yet again. Minute 30 left in the round. Bomb dropped to T-spawn. Whitmer holding it close to this AWP, and this is definitely the player to watch. Ooh! Nearly tags him, but Destiny's going to get the frag. Nice little double peek there to play off that position. But yeah, Whitmer was going off earlier in his previous match, and I expect more of the same, especially CT side with the AWP. For the time being, Luminosity start peeking out. Actually, Clown got a little bit of aggressive up. Ivy right there, he gets punished for that, so now it's a man advantage over an LG side.
Yeah, it's been a little bit back and forth there over at Ivy. Clown not able to quite hold it down, and Yell will be able to clean up Abe. Destiny has pushed onto the B side here, finding Roberts way in the back. Now it's all down to Freakazoid. Starting to get pinched off, but nope, he will be able to clean up Showtime. Now, there's a man over at Connector. He has to be careful, so he's going to wrap around into this smoke and try to hold on to this M4.
Bomb finally planted. They do have money to try and get some exit kills, but with Freakazoid, really was nope, not looking to risk that.
So, Ivy, highly contested so far between both teams. We didn't really see that in our earlier train match, but a lot of focus actually being put on over there. Luminosity really able to open it up with a few frags there, and Yell with that AWP will clean up Freakazoid, get that gun out of his hands. And now Luminosity putting the first round on the board here in the first half.
Looking at Swole Patrol's economy, I'd imagine they do a minor force up here, just some upgraded pistols. But going up against the likes of LG might be slightly different, but no, in the end, actually last second right out of spawn, they pick up some upgraded weaponry. Armor across the board, as much utility as they can pack. Yell has a nice quick spawn, allows him over there into Econ, but the flashbang is going to push him off of that. Meanwhile, Abe, nice aggressive play up here in the upper halls. Unfortunately for him, nobody is there. Freakazoid, he's soon to find some players down there in Pop Dog. Is currently smoked off. He's going to tuck himself in that spot that Abe was playing in the previous round.
Abe holding red angle, but he does get tagged down immediately. He has to fall back. 23 HP. He's got to be careful here. Is LG still playing this very slowly, taking their time on their approach. Bomb wrapping back around through to T-spawn at the moment.
Playing this one very methodical. I think they're expecting more aggression from Swole Patrol as kind of a pug team. But really, Swole Patrol is keeping this like very calm and calculated, not going crazy yet. Just playing your basic structured CS. 50 seconds left. Bomb is slowly working its way towards B. Top of ladder currently. Swole Patrol pretty spaced out. Only one player holding on B right now. They're going to have to call in some support shortly. 40 seconds left. It does look like they were going for B. Although they throw some smokes out to actually draw that player on B over towards Z connector. Ooh, just narrowly misses that. Abe takes the shot. He's going to have to reposition now. He's going to get smoked off. It's going to allow a nice free bomb plant. Destiny pushing up close. Smokes off Z. That's going to allow him to chase that player back in towards CT if he does desire to do so.
Now the entirety of Swole Patrol just going to go ahead and back off, save this armor into the next round here. And most importantly, that AWP. As, yeah, the bomb's still ticking away over on the B bomb site. PKL, though, on the hunt. He wants to get some guns. He's going to find Freakazoid, takes him out of the equation immediately. Now it's down to 5v3. Swole Patrol just playing point defense over there by like T-spawn.
Yeah, it's a disappointing frag if you're Swole Patrol because Freakazoid actually did go and recover a UMP that was dropped by one of his teammates, so it would have been nice to take that in the next round. That and the body armor as well. For the time being, it looks like 3 players are going to survive going in towards the next round as Luminosity Gaming slowly work towards tying this game up.
Alright, that's the man with the up currently on the side of Swole Patrol. That is Abe. I still love that logo. I don't know who designed it, but good on them. Good on them. Now, though, once again, Abe with that AWP. He played it over at B. Now he's taking it over to Ivy. Want to get a little bit aggressive, change the pace of the game a little bit up against LG, but they're not going to run into anyone as all 5 members are pushing in through halls, and now they're already making their way onto B. It's going to come down to Roberts here with that Deagle. But they're already on the point. Is he going to be able to catch them out? No. Unfortunately, misses the shot. It's going to be PKL that cleans him up. Bomb plant going on down. Now here comes the rest of Swole Patrol trying to get some frags.
Currently trapped 1 terrorist in CT side, but it doesn't matter. Destiny's going to make that look easy before he goes down to Clown, who is going to go down himself. And Abe, all the way back there by Ivy, probably just going to be taking this AWP and trying to save it for 2 rounds in a row. And for as much momentum as they had stringing those first 3 rounds together, they have quickly lost it. Which has got to reset your mentality a little bit. Going in there, you feel strong, you make those rounds look clean and easy, and then this happens as soon as they get rifles in their hands.
Yeah, LG just had a great read on them.
Yep.
They tried to play that A2P over at Ivy, but they found no one whatsoever. He hears Showtime, but he legs him and gets taken out. That's the up gone now off of Swole Patrol. So 3-3 our scoreline as we move into the 7th round here. Swole Patrol will be able to buy up. They've got the M4s in hand. Let's see if Clown wants to go for the save. No, instead he's going to go ahead and get that M4 off one of his teammates.
Looks like a similar setup the previous round for the CT side. Stacking 4 on B, and actually they're getting a little bit more aggressive. I believe Clown's still holding on Ivy, but one player's going off towards Olaf, which may pay off. These players might actually want to start getting aggressive. I mean, even though Luminosity is kind of predicting that and playing very passive angles and ticking the time down, if their passive play isn't working, maybe switch things up at this point.
Right now, still 3 members hovering over in halls, 2 over at Ivy. No one on Swole Patrol daring to peek at this point. Destiny already making his way onto the A site, trying to get some information. He spots out Whitmer, and fortunately looking the wrong way, takes him out, gets the spray battle onto Freakazoid. Finally, Abe up in heaven will answer on back, but that's a 2-for-1 trade, and now Luminosity pushing onto the A site. They know there's a man up in heaven. They're already tagging him, but Abe is able to win that battle against Showtime, so now it's down to a 2v3.
They know where he is, though. Not going to get a 3rd kill from that position. Yale's going to put him down, leaving just Roberts, who narrowly escaped that Molotov, just 3 HP. And now he has the option. Does he want to go for the save or take the risk, try and do some more damage to the economy of Luminosity Gaming? Because it's been building up bank over there, and they're going to have a 4-round loss bonus going into the next round, so they'll be able to get a decent buy regardless.
Yeah, Robert's just not in the primest of positions here. You don't really want to be out there. The bomb goes down onto A. PKL just lurking around, trying to hunt down the final man. They have no clue where he is at this point, so he might be able to walk away with this rifle. Yeah, that's 3 rounds in a row for LG there.
And soon to be a 4th, keeping many players alive. So yeah, like I said before, building that bank up, still have the AWP in hands as well, so carry that onto the next round and really just start carrying a whole lot of confidence. And I just expect like more of the same. These slow plays, just taking the clock down, getting one player in to open things up, and then execute. It's been working quite well for him.
Yeah, really with that lack of control over at Ivy, it made it very difficult for Whitmer to try and play that spot there. No. 3 members once again pushing up through halls. Roberts was smoked off, did not see the man make the cross there. So he's the only one with the gun on the side of Swole Patrol. So we do have some upgraded pistols, but that's it on the side of Swole. But Abe turning the corner, gets the headshot onto Destiny. Does get traded 1-for-1 though, but over at Pop Dog, PKL spots out Clown, and Clown immediately falls back.
I do like the switch up of positions this Swole Patrol win. I know they have pistols and they're just trying to get the nice tight angles, but yeah, having Clown go peek up into the ladder room, they hadn't done that before. Having a player, I believe it was Abe, going up top. He had peeked up there before, but had a nice angle, and the shot paid off. But going for the re-peek on the second player was just a little bit too greedy, especially when you're on the eco round like this.
Whitmer slowly making his way up Ivy. Might catch out LG, unaware of Showtime. It's going to be the man to challenge him. Spots him out, gets the headshot. Only takes 1 bullet for that effort. And now 4v3 in favor of LG. They're looking to get a 5th round on the board. 40 seconds left to work with. They haven't committed to anything quite yet. Over at Ivy, though, never mind. It's at Pop Dog where PKL pushing in. Was able to get the kill onto Clown, and now things just unraveling on the side of Swole Patrol. It's all down to Roberts here. He does have that M4, but it's a 4v1. It's looking like he's going to go for that save.
Seems to be a repeating pattern for Swole Patrol. Just saved the same weapon 2 rounds in a row. Twice in a row now. I'm sure they'll go hunting for it. But I'm trying to think of what you do to change up other than like try and get aggressive, but LG is in position to really punish that, so I'm kind of left curious about how they'll change things up, because obviously they're trying some new positions each round, the past 2 rounds, and Roberts gets a frag, so it's like icing on the cake, but now PKL is going to take that weapon from his hands, and they'll go into the next round. Full loss bonus, so full buy is going to come in. Whitmer finally back on the AWP, so hopefully he can work some of his magic, and they need to work it soon. Because Luminosity Gaming sitting on a lot of bank. They're going to need to win several rounds against them to empty those coffers.
Yeah, Shiz just maxed out at this point, sitting on 15,000 there, nearly 16. Whitmer, we'll take the op on over to Ivy. Is it going to quite challenge it yet? As he was just getting that angle over at T-Con. Roberts, once again, playing at the bottom of ramp here. Spots out one, gets tagged to 1 HP.
With all that utility, I mean, I would have just backed up. He's lucky to be alive right now. Freakazoid did get an opening pick elsewhere, though. I believe that's over by T-Con. So that is man advantage, but health is very low. Freakazoid went down to 16 health at that point. So LG still playing it slow. 1:15 left in the round.
Yeah, it's a lot of respect coming out from both sides here.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, 20K on the line, 10K for first for the Santa Ana Showdown Championship Series here. the winner of this match will just go ahead and punch their ticket to Sunday. Won't have to play tomorrow. Right now, LG just regrouping. It looks like they're going to go for another take on to B.
PKL making some noise. Might get caught with this grenade in his hand. Here's the player close. Footsteps from May. He's trying to get out of there now. Roberts takes out the first player. Aisles on in towards the B bomb site. 40 seconds left. Can't get the second. Showtime's going to get that, but Clown's going to clean up some damage over onto Shiz. So despite having 2v4 on LG's side, they do get the bomb planted. And rotation is coming in, but they're going to get pincered in on this. And there is a flank going on, coming from top halls. Showtime tries to get the duel going. Can't quite hit any of his shots, and here it comes. That flank, will it pay off for Swole Patrol? That it will. Freakazoid gets the double kill, and Swole Patrol gets the first round in the past 6. As well as some free weaponry. Yeah.
That's like their
first rifle round, yeah.
Yeah, so good job, Freakazoid. He really like bided his time there. He was on the lurk. I believe he made his way up from Pop Dog, and they just did not hear him coming. Was able to line up an easy double kill here. And this was the initial frag coming out from Freakazoid, giving them the man advantage early on in the round, where he just pushed in through T-Con, and there we go. Closes it out. That's an easy spray down for him. Yeah,
slow and steady, which is something I really didn't expect from Swole Patrol. I thought this would be much more of a puggier thing. But like you said earlier, paying a lot of respect to LG, bringing their top game into this.
Yeah, neither team really underestimating each other at this point. They're giving each other a lot of space, both trying to feel each other out. But now we're seeing a double-off setup coming out from Swole Patrol here. It's going to be on Clown and on Whitmer.
I mean, this is a map you can do that on. The risk of this, even though you just strung 2 rounds together and you have the money for it, the way that LG has been playing their rifle rounds, I would be so afraid of getting a hard reset on this and just having your economy completely wrecked.
Right, well, looks like we do have a pause currently. Don't have any eyes downstairs, so I can't tell which side called it, but might be a tactical pause. And like you had mentioned, it's going to be very difficult, honestly, for Swole Patrol. Like, they have changed up things a little bit, but I think it was just that opening frag coming out from Freak, right? Really making LG a little bit more cautious, because he did push in through T-Con, found that pick here. And so now they're slowing it down a lot more. I actually have one member over at Pop Dog, but Yell with that AWP takes the shot through the smoke. Isn't going to land onto anyone, but they know there's an op in play on the side of Swole Patrol now.
Destiny peeking at a Pop Dog, and as soon as he does, it gets re-smoked, but it does look like he's going to be brave, try and play on the edge of that. Almost looked like he was going to push through. Meanwhile, Freakazoid poised with that flashbang, ready to help flash one of his teammates into Ivy, where it is quite dangerous. There are 2 players there. I don't know if they were spotted, but Whitmer is definitely going to slow them down. He flubs the molly and a grenade. It's going to put him off of his position. He's going to have to hold that angle momentarily as Yale holds the opposite. Showtime in tow. 50 seconds left. Molotov's going to come in to try and push them off of that, allow an execute to come in sometime soon. Bomb is all the way over by Pop Dog, though.
Yeah, PKL rotated around and dropped it for them. He was really wary. I think he's afraid of Freakazoid trying to go for that aggressive push to T-Con again, but no, he's just going to be holding over here by E-Box. On the other side, 2 members pushing in through Pop Dog right now. Freakazoid in prime position, gets the first kill onto Destiny, but Shiz immediately answers on back. It's going to be a 2-for-2 trade here as Showtime made his way through Ivy, got the man, Abe, taking him down, so now it's going to be a 2v3.
Whitmer and Roberts, man to put your hope in right now. Roberts playing on the opposite side of Bomb Train. Here's some footsteps fading away. Meanwhile, Whitmer with the AWP approaching from Ivy's side. Roberts takes the peek out. He gets put down by Peak AL. It's a 1v3. Dire situation for Swole Patrol right now. Pretty much an impossible task using an AWP and a retake on Train. So many angles to check. So many crossfire positions possible. So he's just going to hang back by Ivy and carry this AWP into the next round. Or so he hopes, as they have spotted him out and are chasing. Whitmer gets a nice flick onto Yell before he tucks himself back in there. Still a dangerous position, though. Spots out the first crossing as the double peek comes in. He's lucky to be alive. Showtime just goes booning on in, and PKL to follow gets the frag.
I think they gave him a little too much there at the end.
Yeah, but they had the money to waste.
They did. They built up a huge amount of bank in their initial round, so they're going to be able to buy back in, no problem whatsoever.
Yeah,
While Swole Patrol are going to be struggling a little bit here. They've got 2 UMPs along with 2 M4s. Roberts is going to be on that CZ, though. Now, he's going to be the lone man once again over at B. Luminosity have been playing this so slowly. Much different style coming out from them as opposed to Immortals that we had seen in our match just before this.
It's just amazing how much like space that LG is giving them. I mean, they've only shown aggression on like maybe 2 rounds entirely, but still, LG staying far back, maybe trying to force them into doing something like that. Although the 2 times they have, it's worked out mostly in their favor. But Destiny's going to get the opening frag over there onto Abe. Answer back by Whitner before PKL takes him right out of Pop Dog and backs off towards the bomb. And actually, he's going to go for a repeat right here. Interesting. Clown up close, and it looked like he was actually getting shot from his own teammate there, but I think somebody was over there in Z. Yep, that was going to be Freakazoid, who just got put down. Robert's going to be the last player alive. 1v3 with only a CZ. CZ in a dream.
Yeah, it was a great play coming out from Luminosity. 1 man over Pop Dog, 1 over at T-Con, spotted him out, immediately go for the peak, take him out. Freakazoid was trying his best. I believe he picked up 2 frags before he finally went down over by Ivy, but wasn't quite enough. Now Roberts, yeah, you can't go downstairs like that.
Slow creep down the ladder, legs exposed, easy kill for Shiz. It's going to put Luminosity up onto 7 rounds, Swole Patrol's 4, and their economy in tatters. Maybe see some upgraded pistols here, but really I would just hope they save, go into the next round with a little bit more pocket money. Luminosity Gaming forfeiting the AWP, apparently feeling they do not need it in this situation.
No, not at all, as we do see. It's just pistols on the side of Swole Patrol. Full save coming on now, and they're already making their push onto the A site. That's 3 kills, double picked up by Showtime, and now it's already down to Whitmer, who's only got that P250. And 5v1. 8th round about to go over to Luminosity. What do you do differently on Swole Patrol's side? I mean, LG have been playing this so cautiously. There have been very few opportunities for Swole Patrol to try to take advantage of.
Been wrecking my mind. Maybe get more aggressive, but I mean, LG's been set up for it, like I've said. It's really just come down to timing on the 2 times they did get aggressive and made that opening pick pay off for them. Maybe switch up some positions, see if somebody can do something slightly better. But Abe looking for the aggression, coming up close. He's actually getting sprayed down through the smoke, made a little bit too much noise there. Got punished for that. Meanwhile, everyone else mostly a default position. Abe still trying to get through the smoke. Actually, timing is in his favor right now as he jumps up and over. Not going to get spotted out. Holding this position will be wise, and he elects not to do so.
Yeah.
He was in a position where they probably wouldn't have expected. They probably would still get checked, but he would have the advantage in that situation. I would have just been happy with the position that I got. The little bit of map control you've got on the CT side. Take that away from LG and just sit on it. And even if they don't go that way, you have a nice fast rotate elsewhere. But anyways, off screen, Destiny's going to get a frag on Freakazoid. Clown answers right back. Takes out Showtime from behind E-Box. Meanwhile, Shiz is going to follow that up. Bring this down to a 2v4 for Swole Patrol. Flashbangs flying out everywhere. Roberts in a difficult position, gets the double peek, actually standing on top of each other at Luminosity Gaming before Yale gets the final frag of the round.
Yeah, this Luminosity squad looking like they're gelling a lot more and more. Woken up since that first map that they played earlier on today. Really cautious gameplay coming out. I mean, it's still every single round it's come down to the 40, 50 second mark where they go for that push. They're just playing super cautiously, like not leaving anything up to chance. Really, that's the first really aggressive play that we've seen come out from Luminosity. That's PKL pushing out from T-Con, catching out Roberts. Yell even over at Pop Dog, gets the kill on Freakazoid. Finds a second onto Clown, and now they're just cleaning up. No problem. Clean round coming out from them as we move on to the 15th round here. Swole Patrol down 6 rounds. 10-4 is their score line.
And that's already such an amazing score line. Even a couple rounds ago it was, just for terrorist side on Train. I mean, this is definitely a map that is a favorite in the Brazilian scene. SK went something like, was it 18 maps in a row without losing it, and just, I'm sure this is a map they've scrimmed against SK, probably been coached on, like tutored on, know how to play this, and that's why they're being so slow and methodical, even against a pickup group like this, not letting anything go to risk.
Yeah, we saw Whitmer taking that up over to A, wasn't able to connect the shot onto the man at T-Con. LG have been doing this continually. 3 members up in halls. This time it's a little bit different as Shiz has already made his way through upper halls. As 2 other members on LG, it's going to be Yell along with Showtime. Showtime taking the lead here over at Ivy. Hasn't been contested much. Nate's coming out to cover his angles. Gonna go ahead and push through that smoke. Spots out Clown just a bit, but Clown immediately retreats.
Minute left in the round. Players finally starting to edge out of Econ and Ivy at the same time, so they're going to get squeezed in on Showtime. Hasn't spotted out the players yet. The head's finally spotted as they pop out that flashbang. Molotov got a little bit flubbed there. Exploded just a little bit too early. Whitmer's going to get the opening frag, though, before Shiz trades it out. Whitmer gets himself a second. This is the Whitmer we all expected to see after that first round. Here we go. 3 before he finally goes down to Yell.
Now it's just down to Roberts and Abe versus PKL and Yell. With Abe, 1-for-1 trade. Roberts' health disadvantage sitting on 38 HP as the bomb is on PKL. He's going to go ahead and rotate on over to the B site. It's going to be a free plant for him. Now it's coming down to this. This is the final round here of the half. PKL in prime position. Go ahead. Back his way up to upper halls. It's Roberts. I mean, PKL has to know which angle he's going to be approaching from. So this is going to be a great position for him.
Yeah, with no kit, half health, this is really just trying, do some damage. Get yourself a consolation kill for the end of the round, or end of the half, I should say. So many angles to check. PKL, total advantage in this situation, so Roberts just going to huck out a Molotov, which he's just going to push on through and get that kill. There you go.
Yep, he's going to brave the fire, and we'll be able to secure that 11th round for Luminosity. And really good D-half coming out from them. There's a lot of respect shown from both sides, with Swole Patrol might have given them too much respect there and too much space to work with. But Luminosity showing very few chinks in their armor at this point here on Train.
Yeah, now Swole Patrol going over towards T side. They're going to have to pull some magic out of their hats because LG is going to be so much more dominant on this side with the USPs in hand. And if they get that pistol round, then it's pretty much a guaranteed victory at that point. They'd have to pull some miracles out in order to kind of get that anti-eco round cinched in. It's going to be tough, to say the least.
Swole Patrol haven't been looking terribly confident over at Ivy, and so I'm expecting a lot of the action to come over at like T-Con and Upper Halls. And LG might have a read on this. It's going to be a very difficult half for Swole Patrol as they move on to the T side.
I'm just going to call it now, all-out B-rush Glocks.
Oh,
I expect
we do have a pause. It looks like someone did drop out. Technical pause coming out on the side of Swole Patrol here. So, 11-4. That's such a... you pray for that on the T side. That's such a great way to start off. And... once again, LG, they've just been winning like every individual battle. There were a few times where Freak was able to catch PKL off guard, but really that's been about it. Abe tried to make some things happen with his like pushes up into upper halls, but it never really worked out for him. I don't think it's worked out for him once. Every time he went in and tried to challenge.
He got that single one dig, and that was about it. But I mean, you can't fault him for trying, but LG just really did expect it. Holding that far back every single round. There's only one round they went for the quick pick where PKL got that opening AWP shot on T-Con. So I guess it is what it is, and we're starting here on the second half. Swole Patrol on the terrorist side, and they need to run this back starting now.
Yeah, 3 members of Swole gonna face off against 3 members of LG
What?
over at Ivy, and it's gonna be Abe already picked up a double kill. Finally gets cleaned up by Destiny, but it's not enough. That's gonna be a 3-for-1 trade, and now they are flooding onto the A site here. We got a member pushing up from Electric Box. It is gonna be Clown that cleans up Yell, so it's all down to Showtime here in a 1v4 situation as the bomb does go down onto the A site.
Spots out the player on top of Train, so his position is now known. They're going to close in around him. And he's going to back on up. Very smart play. I doubt he would try and rotate off of that, but I'm sure they're just going to go chasing him. Or maybe not. It seemed like it momentarily, but I think they're just going to try and save as much money as they can, not get too aggressive. They've already pretty much solidified the round. It would be a miracle if he could get this one back.
Yeah, you need to walk away with every advantage at this point with the round deficit that Swole Patrol are on. So this is going to be the second pistol round for them.
I'm really curious the decision to push 3 up Ivy like that. I know they had the round advantage, and maybe they just wanted to throw Swole Patrol completely off. They were showing them so much respect before. they just go for the whole disrespect, surprise play up Ivy, it could have paid off, but really just Abe saved the day with those 2 quick kills.
Yeah, I mean, before this half started, you know, I said that Swole Patrol weren't looking as confident over there at Ivy, and LG might have felt the same and tried to take advantage of that, but immediately got countered. We do have a scout coming out in the hands of Yell, and looks like he's going to go ahead and just play that over at Connector. Now, Showtime pushing forward, gets that first kill onto Whitmer.
Smart. He's out of there. 1 and done. Play this one smart. You already got so much more, and now you can have Yell back you up from Z with that scout.
They're just going to go ahead and commit onto the B side here as they're pushing through this smoke. Showtime holding this angle, not able to connect on those shots. Now PKL will with that deagle taking out Roberts. Bomb gonna go down soon, but Showtime finally getting cleaned up here. It's gonna be a 3v2 in favor of LG. We got this AK in the hands of Clown. Now it's down to 2v1. Destiny and Yell gonna clean that up easy.
And another anti-eco. I'm so glad we decided not to take a shot of apple juice every time that we were doing this.
I'm glad too. You mean shots of apple juice,
yeah,
right?
That's what I said.
Yeah, of course. Shots of apple juice. So 12-5 our scoreline now. LG.
So LG, 4 UMPs, saving that scout over into the hands of PKL, so trading it up. Whitmer, Swole, UMP, we're on the east side. And once again, we're seeing an aggressive play up Ivy. Yell is out, doing a lot of damage, gets the first kill, spotted out the second.
Yeah, no heroes coming out from Abe this time. This Clown kind of stuck in this position. Will try to flash himself out, but it's going to be Freakazoid. Pushing out from T-Con, was able to catch out Shiz. Now Whitmer with the UMP, spots one man out on bomb tray. Does get a kill, but he immediately gets traded out. PKL with that scout, just too strong.
As soon as they peek around the corner, Showtime takes out the head. These angles are just so tight. Clown, once again, last player alive, only a Tech 9 in hand, and going for the long-range battle with Showtime's UMP is not going to pay off. Luminosity Gaming, 1 round closer to securing a place this Sunday.
Yeah, no economy behind Swole Patrol for this
Nope.
next round. It's going to be very difficult to try and battle back in here as we do have the M4s coming out on the side of LG. It's going to be PKL and Destiny picking that up. Let's move on to the 19th round once again. It's only actually going to be 1 person on Ivy this time. I feel like they're getting red, so they're going to go ahead and be really aggressive here at the bottom of ramp. Showtime with the spray down and Yell. Just cleaning it up.
Just a very, very clean, simple eco round, but just the dedication to completely stay there. Like, throw the Molotov and, like, I was going to back off. No, I'll just hold this angle and get a couple kills for it.
And Swole Patrol finding no real entryway into any of these sites so far. Now 14-5 our score. Luminosity 2 rounds away from moving forward onto Sunday. So we have Swole Patrol. They've got the full buyouts. They have very utility to work with though. And Yell holding at that bottom of Pop Dog. Showtime with the spray down. Freakazoid caught with a nade out in his hand. Clown won't be able to trade 1-for-1 though. But Abe.
Whoa. Yell with a beautiful little shot right there. Elsewhere, Destiny creeping up the flank. That's going to leave Abe, last player alive. Desperately needs this round as they will have no money going into the next one now that Luminosity Gaming is on match point.
LG on match point. Swole, no real money behind them. They have to force into this possible final round here. Got 2 AKs, a UMP, and some Tech 9s. It's been a very difficult half for them. I mean, Luminosity already started off well, 11-4 into this half. Now 15-5. See, once again at the bottom of Pop Dog, catches out Abe, who tried to take it fast and aggressive, but unfortunately got punished there. Now Shiz, with that M4, spraying down, gets the 1-for-1 trade as PKL was able to get Freakazoid across the map. So now it's down to a 4v2, and LG just 2 frags away from securing their spot in Championship Sunday.
Clown tucked away and Eke on. I believe that was Showtime. He just tucked himself away behind a left. No, that was Destiny. Could be in a good position
on the
if
other side of the
Clown-
wall.
Oh, up close. Can't quite do it. So little health remaining on Showtime, and that is going to push Roberts off as the last player alive. Burns him down to 45 HP. Pretty much an impossible task to ask him right now, and they are all coming in. The nade comes in, he gets a kill. So it's a small little highlight right there. Molotov's going to push him back even further, and he's had to completely abandon the bomb. He's got 45 seconds to try and rotate in, get a couple kills, and get that bomb back in his hands.
Yeah, all three members of LG just sitting on the bomb here, covering all their angles. Roberts rotating all the way over to B site, taking a very far route.
This is one of those, you know, when you win a race, you do your victory lap. This is kind of the defeat lap. Just all the way around to CT spawn.
This is where you walk off the page.
Yeah.
Right? No.
15 seconds. 3 players to find. And there it is. Luminosity Gaming going to take it 16-5 in the end with a brilliant showing here on Train. Just calm, cool, calculated, showing some respect to their opponents and making it work so well. They're looking a lot better than we've seen them in the previous weeks at other tournaments.
Yeah, they just played a lot more tight, especially on their D half. Like they were giving up some ground, but they were using it to punish the aggression coming out on the side of Swole Patrol. And so great showing coming out from them, able to secure their spot along with Luminosity, or excuse me, along with Immortals on Sunday. And so tomorrow, it's going to be the elimination matches. We got 4 best of 3s ahead of you guys. These guys are going to be able to take the day off tomorrow.
Yeah, should be an exciting one. It'll definitely be a long day. BO3s, but yeah, once again, I think like, not too many people are going to be surprised what happened here today. Brazilians taking everybody by storm. And we're going to have some really interesting matches and shows tomorrow. I can't wait to see what some of these elimination matches come out, because these people are going to be like scrapping, battling their way to stay in this because they all want a chunk of that change.
Yeah, every match is elimination tomorrow. So congratulations once again to Immortals and Luminosity moving forward to Sunday. We're going to go ahead and send it on over to the analyst desk for the final time tonight. Take it away, boys.
All right, thank you very much. And once again, we do want to give a big congratulations to Luminosity for claiming that 2nd spot. So indeed, pretty much everything goes as planned here. Both Immortals and Luminosity push their way through to the semifinals on Sunday, and they get the day off for tomorrow. So it is going to be a brawl between our local teams. 4 best of 3s that'll be playing it out tomorrow to determine who is going to be joining them amongst the semifinals there. Are we going to be seeing Swole Patrol come back, or are we going to see some of the wild cards swing back out? That is all to be figured out tomorrow. Gentlemen, again, that match, Luminosity kind of battling a little bit there on the initial swings, but overall taking complete control as we kind of got like towards the end of the first half there.
Yes, I mean, Luminosity lost 2 pistols. Yeah. I mean, that was a plus for Swole Patrol, but other than that, they're
the only plus. Right?
The only plus, but their CT side, they never adjusted at all, and Luminosity literally just picked them apart almost every single round. Yeah. And that was like, you know, if they were playing kind of like an E-box, kind of aggressive setup as a CT, and Swole, like, if you're playing against Luminosity, who they're peeking down ladder, they're peeking middle and Ivy, you know, at the same time. They have awesome timing and just like picking off like Clown or Whitmer or not. You have to change it up. You either, as the caster said, just push a place, as you saw Abe would do some rounds, but he would do it alone instead of maybe with 2 other teammates. You know, maybe push 2 up or even like 3 people out in the inside, or maybe Ivy at all. You can't just sit in E-box almost every single round and expect to win if you're not hitting your shots. They weren't hitting their shots, and so they got ran over.
And that's one of the issues, right? Because going into this, like, Luminosity can lose out the individual battle and still win the game because they have the fallback of actually being able to sustain on team play on a map like Train. Simply by just, like, they don't necessarily have to win each and every duel, but if they have the team play to kind of nail the executes, whether it's they're doing a basic 2-1-2, and people peek out at the right times, you're always going to get the favorable trade that's going to give you map control and a ton of space, which again makes retakes impossible for CTs, right? Swole Patrol only had to win one battle, and it was an individual one, and they couldn't go about it, and they very clearly didn't have anything to fall back, and I think that's what you alluded to. Really, what we needed to see something else than just a static, you know, cookie cutter positioning from them, because that's not going to work out if you're not superior on an individual basis. We wanted to see something like the 3 interpers, like SK does, for instance, with Fallen, or just like the random like solo man mission, like we saw I can't remember who it was from Luminosity who did it, but it was someone from Luminosity who pushed in her. Actually, I'm thinking of the previous train game we had actually. So scratch that. But in like in a similar fashion to what Stanislaw does for Liquid, right? So it doesn't necessarily need to have like a whole system around or behind him or anyone to set him up for it. Just like every now and again, just go on a bit of an adventure into White Walls, see what happens. Sometimes you'll find something, sometimes you'll die horribly, but at least you'll find information early. And if nobody's there, then obviously you gain a ton of ground for your team. And I think that's the kind of risk Swole Patrol needed to take if they were to have a chance.
Well, we do have the replay, I believe, of the second pistol round that we're going to be taking a look at and seeing some of the good stuff from the Swole Patrol that we did manage to catch off. Besides this, though, the unfortunate fact is that, once again, Luminosity did dominate, but as we were seeing here, actually, no, excuse me, this is the first pistol round that we got to see here. So Swole Patrol, again, taking good control right at the start, but it was after this, we did see a little bit of battling back and forth for a little bit, but it was after that Luminosity did take control.
Yeah. This is very solid from A, being able to find 3 fights, actually surviving the entire time. Normally, when you get stuck in that position because you're not quick enough to actually fall back, behind the bomb train or behind 3 train, etc., it usually means that you've been too slow to actually react to the situation, and you're probably going to get overrun. And at best, you're going to get maybe a 1-for-1 trade. Oftentimes in pistols, that's even harder. So for Abe to get that much out of it is just a massive bonus, and obviously sets Swole Patrol up for massive success. Problem is obviously, of course, that the fact that they're not able to build off of it. Really, they get off. They actually win the second round as well. They don't, go on that same mistake as we've seen teams do over and over again today. But they're not able to win buy rounds versus, I guess, it's kind of to be expected when you go up against a team on train. And again, it's kind of surprising that we're seeing a lot of these, I guess, non-necessarily pug-friendly maps being played versus both Immortals and Luminosity. I would have expected us to see maybe Inferno because it's newer, or well, not versus Immortals, but versus Luminosity, or something like Mirage all day. But instead we're seeing like Overpass, Train, which is fairly like team-centric maps.
Yeah, I think overall Inferno is a bit of an interesting one, especially because we've all been a part of the ESL Pro League, and you've seen just how much it's actually been played there, despite how new the map is. Even amongst the fact that it's not necessarily like the best teams in North America a lot of the time, but they still seem pretty friendly on playing Inferno in a lot of ways. So it actually seems like it's a map that NA is taking to quite nicely in a lot of ways.
It's a familiar one, right? Like even though it's a new addition or like new version of the map, it's still the same layout roughly. Everybody knows kind of how it plays out in a big way. They know what the focal points of the map are, because that hasn't necessarily changed all that much. So even if you don't necessarily have a lot of experience on playing that version exactly, you do have a ton of stuff you can base some simple strategies off of from the old versions. So I think that's helpful, even if you're a strong team who's practiced it a lot, or if you're just not random mix, but if you're fairly new on the map at least, or don't have the same kind of synergy that a team like Immortals would have.
Yeah. Well, we do have the predictions, of course, leading into the wheel. As I said before, though, I'm tired of you guys just putting it within 1 round of each other. So there are no winners for this upcoming match.
It's not my fault that he's Price is writing me.
Well, hold on.
Well, I'll take partial blame for that one, but I still blame you two fully. So here's how we're gonna settle this: casual game of rock, paper, scissors. And the winner is declared the true winner. Best of 1, no redos. Obviously, if you tie, you do it again. But besides that, just a straightforward game.
So it's rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yes,
Okay. You ready?
Yeah, I'm born ready.
You may begin.
Excellent.
Okay, let's go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah! 100% win rate.
So Ben wins again. And now, would you like me to spin this time?
Go for it, because he keeps dodging
out.
Whenever I let him spin his own misery, it's just like, you have been spared.
All right, let's see what we got this time.
Bluey to banana. Let's go.
A little further, thank you.
Oh,
that's still respin.
Jesus.
It's just on the edge, but it isn't a respin.
So close from live streaming Cinco de Mayo. We almost had it.
Wait, is that actually one of them?
Live stream from Cinco de Mayo Fest.
Let's try this again. That was a light. We'll let it fly though.
I believe.
No bananas.
Grab what's in the box. Well,
where? In what box?
Where's the box?
We still haven't figured out where the box is.
All right, so apparently the box is not currently available.
So it's going to be there tomorrow.
We have to go find the box. We'll save the box for tomorrow.
Right.
Which is a special.
You folks out there, it's a special box. You're going to want to join us for it tomorrow when we do start ourselves up again. But we're not going to be finding out what's inside of that box today. You're going to have to wait till tomorrow for it. So like I said before, everything going pretty much as planned today. We can take a look at the brackets as well here, the way that things actually did shape up here in our opening matchups. We did see both the Immortals and Luminosity top out their groups, pushing past first Top Gun for Luminosity and then Swole Patrol after that. And over on the Immortals side, they took down the Banishers, followed up by the Monstars. Meanwhile, below that, Denial and the Monstars faced off. Obviously, the Monstars took it there, and Denial was sent down to the lower bracket. Despite having a more storied roster, they were not able to bring the heat today, so they got knocked out early. And the same was said true for the SoCal Stars, who lost versus Swole Patrol in their first match. So tomorrow is going to be opening up with both SoCal Stars going up against Top Gun and Denial Esports versus the Banishers. And the winners of each of those matches will be going up against the Monstars and Swole Patrol, respectively.
Should be a good day of matches, really.
Yeah, overall, like I said, it just turned itself into just a brawl amongst the local teams, essentially. So we're going to have much more even competition, and at that point, I believe it all goes to best of threes as well.
Yep.
Ooh, best of threes. A lot of match. A lot of CS, a lot of Counter-Strike, guys.
That's where you see the best players come through, though.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah, no more like best of one surprises, upsets, or that one guy having a hero game. It's not gonna last anymore, which is how we want it.
That's how we want it.
Yeah, absolutely. But I believe after that does close out our festivities for the evening, folks. Once again, we do want to give a nice shout out to our sponsors. That's Rockhat and LG. Thank you guys so much for providing the prize pool for this event, of course. And those teams are going to continue to fight for that throughout the course of this weekend. It's $20,000 up for grabs and $10,000 being the winner's share, the lion's share, more appropriately, of that one. But for now, we are going to send it away, folks. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.